Welcome to Art and Fashion. Today we are here with James Skidmore. Hi, James.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So you work predominantly with the Brickhouse Brewery at the moment. What is your position at the Brickhouse?
No, the Brickhouse Brewery, actually, I'm one of the managers there.
Okay.
But I wear a lot of different hats. I'm also the community liaison, so I do all the public relations. I'm also in charge of all the entertainment and art, so that's my responsibility. And it takes great pride in that. I get to hire all the bands, I get to set up all the artist showcases, and all the fun things that happen at the Brickhouse are, for the most part, my doing.
Okay, and then you're also involved with the Patchogue Chamber of Commerce as well, in a similar type of position?
Sure. Actually, yeah. Well, in the Patchogue Chamber, outside of my workplace, I work with the Chamber of Commerce with the Live After 5 concert street music series, and that's my my predominant position at the Chamber. And it's a great thing. I put a festival together that attracts over 30,000 people to the streets of Patchogue, and there's 4 events, 2 in August and 2 in July, and I have great pride in that as well. And we have a lot more people coming this year. I have some great events going on there as well. We have some themed events too. We have a celebration of women in the arts that we're doing. We're also doing a celebration of cultural diversity. So we're actually having an event within an event. So we'll have all these women-based singers. I have artists. I have that are going to be women artists for the women's event, and we also have glass blowers, pottery demonstrations. We also have a woman blacksmith who's going to be there to hammer out some artwork right on the streets.
Oh, cool!
So exciting stuff there as well.
Yeah, and you also wear a hat with Fathom clothing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm one of the owners and founders of Fathom Clothing, along with Dexter Dybel and Stephen Butera.
Okay.
And that's I actually I met Dexter talking about a website, and I wanted him to produce a new sharp website for Live After 5. We needed to kind of change the tone of the event. I also wanted to give it a little bit more of an urban feel, and I wanted to have to give it some great color. So I laid out some parameters for Dexter, and he produced exactly what was on my mind and did something far beyond what I was thinking, and really nailed it. So I kind of approached him about a clothing company, because I really appreciated his design, and between my business sense and his artistic style, I think that we could produce something really special, and we have, and we've been selling a lot of clothing. We're getting a lot of attention, and we've actually reached ourselves to where we've come to a point right now where we have to redesign our business model, because all of a sudden it's like, wow, we don't have any clothes. We got to get some. We have to work on a new business plan, because it was successful quite quickly. So good stuff there as well. Yeah,
yeah. So going back to the Brickhouse, let's start there. How did you get involved working for the Brickhouse?
No, the Brickhouse Brewery. I've actually been in the business and the restaurant and bar business for many years. In fact, I was a bartender for 20 plus years. I actually physically worked behind the bar, and I've met a lot of great people there. And I always enjoyed the business. I enjoy the chaos and the fun that goes along with the restaurant business, but being in the brewery business is a little bit different. I mean, producing beer is a creative process. So for me,
do you produce the beer?
No, I don't produce the beer. I don't make the beer. We have 2 great brewers at the Brickhouse that are energetic and put their passion into what they do, and having that creative process around you all the time is kind of fun. So it's not just about music and entertainment. It's about the actual product that we serve. And that job came to me, funny enough, from Mark Burford, who owns the Blue Point Brewing Company, who was an old friend. And I remember getting a phone call that was like, hey, Jim, the Brickhouse needs you. Go over and see what they have to offer. And 10 years later, I'm still there. And not only are we producing a great product, but we're producing a great experience for people that come and visit us. So between the art, the music, the great drinks, and our great new menu, I'm happy to be there as well.
The Brickhouse seemed to have a lot of experimental bands and music for a long time. Were the art shows there for a long time as well, or was that introduced once you kind of started working there?
All that was introduced when I was there. There was a time, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, that I was kind of fed up with the whole classic rock and roll, the whole Billy Joel thing, the whole Long Island kind of music, and it was just it just didn't do anything for me. So I decided that I didn't want to work there anymore. So I decided, oh boy, I should just get myself fired and do all the things I really like. I wouldn't have known that it would have had been a great success. And you know, all these years later, I get to showcase new bands and give new opportunities to artists. And yeah, partly that's, of course, that's my doing, but it's also been it's a great privilege, actually, to do that. And now I'm doing the things that I like to do, and I'm having a good time with it.
How'd you start doing the art shows at the Brickhouse?
The art shows, well, that's kind of with Patchogue having somewhat of a renaissance as far as the art. So all of a sudden I had all the artists around me. And, you know, I had a lot of people that are like, oh, we would like a place to show, you know, where it's popular and where there's people that are going to see it, you know, not just in a small gallery somewhere, you know, where it's only attracts a few artists here and there. So I decided to showcase the gallery space upstairs. And it's this wonderful brick room, and it's actually the new addition to the Brickhouse, which is, funny enough, is 112 years old as the new addition. But it's a great room, it's warm, it's got wood and brick, and presents the art very nicely. So I do a monthly artist showcase, you know, and you know, we kind of change it up. And at one time it was hard to get artists up there. Now it's a year away if you want to show your stuff there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah,
yeah, very nice. There. And is it a specific date every month, or does it kind of shift around depending on the calendar year?
Yeah, I know. We usually try to start a show like the first Friday of the month, have an opening, and we showcase that artwork for that month. But of course, things change, and I have a young lady up there right now, Addie Piazza, who was there last month, and she's going to be there this month as well, because I have a show there called Mother of Earth Day Celebration, which was a event or small like women's festival that I created a few years back. And so we're going to have her as the showcase artist, plus there's going to be a lot of women artists, vendors, and all the music will also be women-based arts as well. So the whole night is a shout out to the creative feminine force. And so yeah, things switch and change, but at the end of the day, we do a lot of fun things. And if you're out and about, the Mother Earth Day celebration this month is going to be great.
Okay, and what if an artist is interested in exhibiting at the Brickhouse? How would they best contact you?
The best way to contact me is via Facebook or the Brickhouse, but Facebook is probably your best way, and you can reach me at Facebook at facebook.com/weeping-icon. And that's the best way to contact me. That's I do a lot of work on social media as well for a myriad of sites, so you know, that has my immediate attention.
Okay. And is that the same information for bands as well, or do you do the music and artists separately?
Yeah, no, everything I usually run through that page just because it's important. I run of course, some of the chamber pages, the Alive After 5 pages and things, so I'm on there quite often. Okay. And it's also part of my my position at the Brickhouse as well, so anything that you see on social media and stuff there is usually my doing as well. Okay.
Now going back to Alive After 5, so how long have you been starting and hosting and involved with Alive After 5?
Alive After 5 this year will be my second year as the chairperson for Alive After 5. Which you know, actually makes me the conductor of a lot of crazy chaos. We have 7 stages, and you know, 150 vendors and all sorts of different types of entertainment. This year I have a lot of special things that are coming out that I'm really looking forward to. Like I mentioned before, the pottery and all those demonstrations as well, but I also have stilt walkers, I will have fire dances this year, and I want to give it more of, I want people to leave there with a cultural experience as well as having somewhat of a kind of a circus atmosphere as well. So you know, I like a little more of a European festival. I always appreciate it with the, you know, costumes and you know, the fun stuff that goes along with the arts and the culture as well. Yeah, yeah. So I'd love to hone in on that and bring that to the streets of Patchogue, and actually, you know, and little by little, I would like to change the tone of the event. So the event's been there. Well, this will be the 14th year. This will be my 2nd year there. And what's great about it is it gave me the opportunity to change the logos, to change the design. They were outdated 13 years ago, so it was fun. If I was going to step into the position, I wanted to make sure that we had something that was sharp and that was fun. And I have like a 5-year plan for it. And so little by little, I chip away at it, and we'll see what this year brings. And if we can keep people happy, entertained, and leaving with a great experience at Patchogue, then I think I've done a good job.
Yeah. Have you, in Patchogue, they have like the buildings that are not occupied storefronts. There's artwork in a lot of those buildings. Do you have anything to do with organizing the like kind of art crawls around Patchogue, or is that more something with the arts building that they have there?
Well, the arts building that's there is the art space community, which is which yes, they do have something to do with that. I do not have things directly with the Walking Arts Tour, though I am involved with PACMAC, which is the Patchogue Arts Council. That's actually PACMAC was the festival we put together, but the PAC is the Patchogue Arts Council that sets up those organizations. And I'm part of that. I volunteer with that, and we're actually working on an event for October as well. So yes and no, but it's a community effort, and everything that happens in Patchogue is a community effort, and it's great for myself to be recognized in that community when there's so many people that find value in it and work very hard. And you know, I'm glad to be a part of it, but I'm just a small part of what goes on there, and it's really nice to work with so many people that find it important to work for the community and bring arts out in the open to the public, and to you know, for people to enjoy a new experience as well.
Do you get involved with the Great South Bay Music Festival at all?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Of course, I know I know Jim Faith, and he runs the Great South Bay Festival. And over the years, I've definitely introduced him to some bands and things like that. But that's his own event, and it's a great one. And we're very happy to host that in Patchogue.
Now, with Alive After 5, if an artist or a musician is interested in being involved with that, is that the same contact information, or do you have a different page to be reached at through that for that?
No, best way is through the Facebook for any information.
Okay.
You know, and at least if you know, if I don't have information for whatever you're looking for, I can find it for you. So that's your best contact place, is the Facebook page.
Okay. Now, going back to Fathom Clothing, so you said you saw Dexter's designs and they kind of inspired you to go into more of like a fashion line in a fashion sense. How quick of a timeline did this all happen in?
No, this actually all started at Alive After 5 last year. So when we decided to create a new logo and create a new image for the event, it became evident that we work well together, and we had some of the same ideas as far as philosophy on life, as you know, as far as fashion too. So initially, what was funny thing is I actually have a kind of a tagline that I use every morning on Facebook. It's called "Be Your Own Revolution," and we kind of incorporated that into our company's philosophy as well. And "Be Your Own Revolution" is basically the essence of Mahatma Gandhi's "Be the change you want to see in the world." And so if you want to make positive change within the world around you, you can make positive change within yourself. And so I'd like to, well, Dexter and I would like to, we'd like to bring that both to his designs and our company, and we want to showcase the artists, and we want to showcase the liberation of knowing yourself well and the world around you.
What was the first product that you guys designed, and what kind of products do you have now?
Well, the first design was a shirt with "Be Your Own Revolution." We had some tanks, and Dexter came up with a clever design, and it's a little bit of a fist raise, and you know, with the "Be Your Own Revolution," it instantly got it was well known, because a lot of the people on my page are already familiar with the logo and the motto, and so they were that was our first one, and then we kind of expanded by that, and we've had a second line, and we have a third one coming out as well. And yeah, and they're going to be very different. We're going to keep people interested in what we're doing. It's not going to always be the same logo. It's not going to be always the same design. And but at the end of the day, the philosophy will always be the same.
Now, where do you? I noticed that you guys are very, very active on social media and have a lot of like photography and a lot of different models that are also like local Long Island-based, kind of well-known people that you might know. How do you come across your models, people that you work with, and photographers and things like that? Yeah,
well, but between Dexter and myself, we definitely have a myriad of artists to pull from, and models and musicians. So we have a lot of great local bands that will support us. We even have bigger companies right now that are supporting us. We've been very fortunate to be sponsored by Black Star Amplification, which is the second largest amplification company in the country. So all these little things have made the venture quite interesting, to say the least, actually. And I expect some big things to come out of it.
Okay, very cool. besides Fathom Clothing and Alive After 5 and the Brickhouse Brewery, you wear a lot of hats. Is there anything else that you do that?
Sure. Right now, I'm actually we just released a CD called Around the Town, a collaborative artist network, and that was a collaboration that I created with Jack LaCitra and Linda Ringhouse, who is the owner of the Grey Horse Tavern. And here's a woman who actually throws her philosophy in her business as far as organic foods and healthy living and local markets. And again, that's part of why we deal with so many local people, even with Fathom too. We kind of rounded the wagons of all the local people, and we'd like to bring them to some national attention. With that CD, that's what we've been trying to do. And we actually already have, we do have some national attention with that CD, which is great. One of the songs was reached out and won third place for the best country song in some Texas contest. So from our little roots here on Long Island, we have gone national with that CD, and that was the intention, was to bring some national attention to our local community. And as far as the models and everything else, a lot of these are friends of ours. You know, they live the lifestyle. We appreciate the demographic, and you know, not only are these people that are modeling the clothing, these aren't just photographers that are doing. These are people that we know, we live close by with, and we share our good times and our bad times with, and we try to rise each other up. So whenever I have an opportunity, or whenever Dexter has an opportunity to help another local business along the way, we absolutely incorporate that into our business model as well. And it's important. In fact, it may be the essence of the business itself. At the end of the day, for me, profit is not always the goal, but giving back to the community is.
And bringing the community together and kind of helping each other, support each other. Well, that's what a lot of businesses also, I feel like a lot of businesses often see each other as competition and, you know, will compete against each other, and it almost breaks up the community or causes tension in the community, whereas doing things as involving businesses with other businesses helps them kind of grow together and support the community.
Absolutely. I call it building community through commerce, and it's one of the positions I take over at the Chamber too, is bringing the places. I don't look at people as other businesses competition. Sometimes I look at them as entertainment, because there are the people that are very competitive in spirit, and I don't think it serves anybody right, especially when you have a place like Patchogue, who's experiencing such a great commercial renaissance as well as an artistic one and everything else. If we work together, we can go places that we couldn't go individually, but as a community we can create something magic.
Yeah, and everybody has their own flavor, you know, even if they are another bar or another restaurant, everybody has their own spin on things, so you may as well embrace the individuality of every different business and kind of work together towards supporting each other. Now, in the next couple of years, do you have any projects that you aren't working on currently but would like to venture into like another direction or something different than what you're doing right now?
Well, with yes, I'm definitely taking steps into different directions. It's funny when you take on a workload where you're doing a lot of different projects, and you end up having to prioritizing some of the things that you really need to do. Right now, I'm involved with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I was nominated as Man of the Year, so this is a very 10-week intense campaign. So I had to put some things to the side to concentrate my efforts on this campaign and everything else. But you know, it's actually right now it's just a hard balancing act to do all these things. But the direction, with all these things going on in the community, there's been a lot of great recognition, and it's opened up a lot of doors. So I have, you know, it's been an incredible year for me, actually. And I have actually also been nominated for Man of the Year for the Brookhaven Chamber of Commerce as well, for the Brookhaven Township. Thank you so much. So we have an awards dinner at the end of the month. And that puts me in an audience with all the major business people in Brookhaven Township. And I think I may venture into to politics. It's definitely something that's been open to me, and it's something I may want to venture into. There's a lot of doors open right now, and I'm going to jump into every single one of them. I mean, the more I jump into the source of life, the more great things happen, and I appreciate it for all the good things and all the bad things. But if life is about new experiences, I'm going to jump into every one.
How do you manage to not spread yourself too thin? and focus on the projects that, you know, and give your full attention to what you need to without being pulled in so many different directions that you're not able to give the amount of focus that you need to particular things.
No, it's it's not so cut and dry. It is a little bit difficult, and like I said, but when you take on a full workload, you end up prioritizing the things that need to. And but I at the end of the day, all this stuff is fun, but it's not all important. So, I mean, the number one thing to me is the quality of my life. And then the Brickhouse comes second because that allows me to do all the things that I really like to do. You know, not to mention I like to work there as well too. It's fun to be in that type of environment and you know, in the creative field as well as the beer making and the music. But you know, that's my second part, and then everything else comes after that. And at the end of the day, you know, if my life isn't, if I don't find some peace and I don't find some quality, I have no place to regroup and fill my creative basket. So the main thing is take care of myself and take care of my immediate world, and then everything else follows there. And you know, and I prioritize it that way. And yes, sometimes I'm way too busy, I'm overwhelmed, and but that's kind of part of the fun too, actually. It's amazing what you can do under a lot of pressure too. And I actually am much better when there's a deadline and I have to do something by this certain time, as opposed to allowing me a bunch of time. Because,
no, I totally understand. No, that's really good to hear, because I, you know, personally, I also get pulled in a lot of different directions a lot of the time, and then sometimes it's like, what's the best way to prioritize everything? And in a way where you work doing things that you love to do, you're working not at all yet all the time, or all the time yet not at all, because you enjoy what you do, but then you have to find that little space for yourself as well, and just bring back to like the importance of what you actually need to do to get done. Yeah, that's really great to hear about everything. Do you have an education or background or anything in the arts, or do you just love supporting artists and have developed that interest?
My love for the arts came a little later in the game. It wasn't something I went to initially. I didn't go to school for. It wasn't until maybe my mid-20s that I started to travel a little bit, and that was it. That opened up a whole new world. I decided that I wanted to see everywhere in the world, and I wanted to be everywhere. I wanted to see everything, and I've been very fortunate to have traversed the planet a couple of times at this point. And I'm working on my second bucket list. But that's when the arts became important, when I was exposed to it. You know, at the end of the day, when I was here on Long Island, there was very little. I was, you know, I was very much a you know, I was at home. I didn't really experience too much around the suburbs. But once I got out of the country, then I played around in the city, and then I spent most of the 90s in clubs and the art world, and I just kind of immersed myself into it. I actually ended up living overseas too for a bunch of years. So I ended up in kind of a Waldorf education program. If you're familiar with it, it's a philosophy based on a fellow named Rudolf Steiner. It's an anthroposophical movement, and I actually ended up living on this commune, and I learned everything from philosophy and religions to biodynamic agriculture, and you know, I got my feet wet in pottery and basket weaving and all sorts of things. Also in that same schooling, I ended up doing, I sung in operas, and when I came back to the States, I ended up going into theater and art classes, and not that I really wanted to take that type of academic arts world, but really was more to get my feet wet. Now, I just take it as it comes. But yeah, I didn't go with too much formal education, but my education was really my traveling, my experience, and absorbing everything that was around me. And it really widens your perspective, and really gives me a great appreciation.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, James. If you could just relay your contact information one more time again, and also Fathom Clothing's Facebook and Instagram, and yeah, any other information you'd like to convey?
Yeah, sure, it's great. If you'd like to reach out to me regarding arts or the music, arts and music, reach out to me at www.facebook.com/weeping-icon. And if you want to take a look at our clothing, it's simply fathom.clothing. We're not a .net, we're not a .org, we're fathom.clothing.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much.
All right.
My pleasure.
Have a great day.